All right, welcome to the presentation. My name is Teppo Hudson, and I'm the co-founder of SprintHack.com. I'm going to talk to you about how to find a problem solution fit with a service architect in 12 months. Let's start off with a case study. We've been working with Panda Training Corporation, which is a employee coaching service. They needed a CTO type of person to run their development, and it's been outsourced to us. We've been doing, like dev targets with the process, the sensitivity analysis, the whole mechanism experimentation, and so far we estimate about 200,000 enterprise value created within the first 8 months. We've been able to increase the coaching capacity by 75%. And it's a good work, still keep on going. So who is this for? We're working with non-tech entrepreneurs who really have these opportunities covered but are struggling to find a CTO, or they feel that developers don't deliver. Maybe you got a product but nobody cares. Maybe you're not really meeting your business targets. Maybe you feel that you need more developers. Then stick around. However, this is not for somebody who just looks for developers. We don't really do development. We do the architecture, the planning. We manage the whole mechanism process, and we can even source the development for you. So the core concept is this: products fail because they are over-engineered. If you do poor sensitivity analysis of what should go into a product and what should come out from the mechanism, and you cannot clearly communicate to the development, you will fail. If you focus too much on the roles and too little on the functions, you will fail. What you need is a service architecture that defines 3 key areas. Does anyone care? Can we make money with it? And can we actually do it? The challenge for smaller companies is that service architects are not usually needed full time, and they end up combining architecture and development into a same team or same person. But a developer is usually not trained or qualified to be an architect, because architecture needs business understanding, it needs technical understanding, it needs business understanding to build the whole concept. Another challenge is that the cost of development is increasing and digitalization is not going away anytime soon. Why should you trust us? We have 30 plus years of combined tech development and leadership behind us. We've been working as CTOs in multiple startups, as lead architect in telecom industry, and as developer at Amazon. We've been building such concept in-house already. We've had more than 20 architectural projects behind us in the last year alone. And we've been pitching and finding ways on how this whole problem solution is found and built on a really detailed level. So how do you find a product market fit? Step 1 is you should focus on, does anyone care? The market acceptance is about understanding that, and you do that through assumptions. You define a persona, you focus on one person, one problem only. You define what your customer needs and what are the actions to reach that need. You should build a sensitivity analysis for these use cases and actions and try to understand the quantified way for these benefits. Good teams also create alignment with key results and objectives. Key is to understand that product owner is the single most important person on any software project. It is product owner's responsibility to define what actions are needed. Never leave that to the dev teams because they do not understand your customer insights. You really should have this scientific focus to clear all these uncertainties around your mechanism. Here's an execution chart that we use at sprinthack.com to reach our customer problem fit. Second step, can we make money with it? You should really understand what is the process that is needed for the mechanism to be delivered, including all the sales, the production, the upkeep. The aim is to understand what are the actions that you need to do to deliver and what are the costs related to those actions. Then validate if the process is profitable and should you actually, do it or start basically understanding what are the areas to improve to cut down the costs. And you basically simulate the variables and the data sources needed. Key is to focus on simulation with spreadsheets, mockups rather than code. And key is to simulate the variables needed for these actions. And at the same time, you probably end up logging the data sources during the simulation and focus on the details of the mechanism. Here's an example of an execution chart we use at sprinthack.com to reach our problem solution fit. Mechanism validation. So can we actually do it? This is the place where all the detail understanding is created into a roadmap for the development. You go and start doing your mechanism experimentation on all the variables with your data sources, on the UX, the price, and understanding what is needed. You also manage this experimentation with clear agile task management framework. The key point is to focus on data. The key is to focus on the data sources and start with this manual control and then automate step by step. Because mechanism is basically a robotic version of the manual actions. And it's really important to understand these steps before you can automate them. And focus on the mechanism and how it affects the cohort. Here's an example of an execution chart we use at sprinthack.com on our mechanism experimentation. So if you do these steps, you end up with this kind of development funnel that is very scientific, logs and documents everything, and you'll have like a very clear and real-time understanding of your product state. And product market fit is when you actually find a cohort that doesn't churn anymore. So how to actually do this? You can of course manage it yourself. However, it will take probably a long time to gain full stack knowledge of the architecture. You will probably struggle on building a development funnel unless you've done it yourself before. And it will be challenging to do your sensitivity analysis if you've not done it before. You run a high risk of losing about 90% of your customer insight in the product because the skills are so specialized. And if you go out and hire a full stack architect, it will be also challenging to find one. Also, it will be expensive to have somebody who has the full understanding of the business, design, and tech. What you end up is probably a loop that is focused on the roles and where all that customer insight from the market is kind of losing its value, its detailed understanding during the process, and you will end up having a product that is very kind of a lukewarm. Or second option is that you work with us at sprinthack.com. We will work with you and your team to deliver this full stack analysis and design. We will build your own development machine in this correct order of these steps. And we are your kind of a virtual development assistant along the way. It will all work through this remote dashboard where you can see unlimited amount of requests and reviews. And you'll have this AI tool we use that has 30 years of architect knowledge trained into it. What you end up having is a development engine platform where you get all these application and services through one easy portal. You should think us as this kind of development management from a business point of view, and it will be so much easier and straightforward for you. Again, who are we doing this for? We are doing this for CEOs and founders who are struggling on their development team output quality. Some other recent case studies are we've been able to increase pre-sales contacts, drop vendor tasks and cost related to vendor orders, and also being able to increase profit margins. And I'm quite sure we'll be able to deliver good results for you as well. What you get out of working with us is that you get rid of this stress of what and how to develop. You will have the confidence to do the whole product decisions in real time and build an efficient development funnel. One of the greatest outputs is that you understand the variables that go into your mechanism. So you are much more able to basically tweak the product in the near future. And it will feel kind of like you have 1,000 developers in your pockets. What we do with you on the feature level is that we do personal analysis for you. We do sensitivity analysis, we do unit cases, simulate the data process, do roadmap for the development, task management, and documentation and reports, all through one platform. If you book a demo with us, you get detailed examples on all these features. It's very important for us to have a high bandwidth with you. So that's why we are limiting the space of simultaneous customers to 15 for each of our sprint hacker and architect. The same goes into our money back guarantee. We are very serious on our customer success. And if we don't deliver on our promises during the first 90 days, you will get your money back guaranteed. So book a call with us. It will be a 1-hour demo session where we explain everything in details. You can ask questions from us and we'll, find if we can help you on your journey to building a beautiful, beautiful mechanism. Thank you.